Hello and welcome to 2025. Happy New Year. Here's an update on the property renovation. I feel quite guilty because it's been left. Haven't had time. We've been so unorganised. As you can see, it's still not finished, but it's so close. So is the Sagrada Familia Cathedral in Barcelona. Excuse the smoke and frying onions, but I'm using my kitchen. That's the most important thing. So let me show you what's been done so far. Stick around till the end of the video to see what I've put on my roof. Just going to show you these items to give you some hope to see that it is going to look nice eventually. Here's my tap, a little bit of rustic, old, vintage style. And look at this kettle. No cables, that's how I want it. I don't use a kettle often enough to really warrant having cables, but I tell you, I seriously was dreaming about this last night. I bloody love it. Things are progressing still, bit by bit. The Belfast sink. Now, this looks an obvious way to install this, but it wasn't obvious to me initially, by far. So there's been a shelf built in to the bricks. It's like a large thin brick. I don't know what you call it in English nor in Spanish. And the sink's sat on top of that. That distance there between the top of the bricks and the sink is for the worktop. The sink's going to be just above the height of the worktop. Now, I know the true way to fit a Belfast sink is to have the worktop slightly overlapping the sink so it's easy to wipe water off. But I didn't want it like that. And because I've got a dishwasher, it's not like I'm going to be flooding it. I think it's going to be fine that way. And I've got the walls tiled so that they're easier to clean. And what I love that he's done, so I'm not going to see the raw edge of the tile, is that when he plasters to here, plaster will go right to this bit because he's angled it. Look. Now, progress with the ceiling in the office area. So now we have the beams oiled, so they've been treated for woodworm, oiled, and plasterboard inserted between them. It's weird how they're in pairs. That's how they were when we took the false ceiling down. Now what happened here was we didn't want the wooden beam too close to the log burner, so there's a concrete one next to it to protect it. And what we've done is made a little concrete square around there, and this bit, because it's not the same as the rest of the ceiling, will actually be like a normal ceiling with a little bit of plasterboard on. So you'll see that it'll all come together and look right, I'm sure once it's done. Got the tiles up inside here. So I'm going to England, flying to Newcastle today from Malaga. So while I'm going to be there, the builder's going to take these tiles up as well in my office so that I'm out of the way, which I think he's extremely happy about. Okay, so the office beams all painted up. All of the plastering done between. I'm so happy with them. Immaculate. Log burners going well. And that's the chairs from the table that I bought. I am going to use them as occasional chairs and get the seats pads covered. Popped a rug down. That's just an IKEA rug. And this I got from Rastro Market as well. The mirror. I don't know if you've seen that before. Oh, and this. How did I forget to show you this? Bought this from Facebook Marketplace. Isn't that nice? And I've got all of my office things stored in there. Still need to get some wall lights, get them connected. Handrail the ironmonger in this village made. And there we go. Definitely getting there. I thought I would include this wood yard in high end. It was enormous, about the size of 3 football pitches. But I did need to go knowing exactly what size sheets or planks of wood that I needed, because it's not really a service for the public, it's more for professionals. Hence the guy getting slightly frustrated with me. It's definitely a slow burn. Where are we? Beginning of December. Well, I don't know what date it is, about the 8th or 9th. I've just been to the UK, left the builders in to finish things. So I've come back to the building work actually being done. I'm using my kitchen, even though I haven't got the worktop yet. I've got the wood for them and they're going to be done soon. But let me turn this off now. Hold on. So yeah, the building work's done. I've spent all day yesterday on getting back cleaning. And I'm getting quite excited. I feel organised. Even though I've got no shelves, I've got everything in situ ready to put on the shelves when they go in. I'll show you. So I think I did speak to you about the tiles on the last video. So this is what I chose, and part of the same collection next to them. I put those in the middle because they're flat and I didn't want the embossed ones because it would be a lot harder to clean directly above the oven. So I'm liking the antique look bar on the oven, but the extractor was quite cheap, and I have to say it does look it. In the future I might change it. So this like really shiny brass bar I don't like. That looks like quite tacky. But hey, I can cope with that for now. So the tiles got done to here. The wood is here for the worktop, so we need 2 planks. It's actually pine, which I've been told is a soft wood and not ideal for kitchen worktops, but my mistake in the rush to get them. However, hoping that it's going to be okay. There were €300 for all the worktops, so do you know what? If in 5 years' time I need to change them, then that's how it is. The wood for the shelves is there, ready as well. I haven't even been able to find anything because everything's just stuck under the kitchen worktops. If I had the shelves in here, that would have been easier as well, but that was another case of finding the right wood, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, it's affected my diet as well, because I've never been cooking what I want to cook and eating normally. Never mind, such is life. There was a lot of debate as to how we would cut the worktops, whether it would be cut vertically with one long piece and one shorter, or the diagonal cut, which was harder to do, but decided to go on the diagonal, thought it would look more professional. The video that I've just watched, the YouTube video that I've just watched, shows that to put a very thin coat on first and then leave it, wipe it with a cloth, wax it with 140 grit sandpaper, and then put another coat on and use a cloth again to polish it up, and that would give a reasonably semi-shiny finish, which is what I'm after. Worktops are varnished, well, first coat at least. So what I've done is put the first coat on, and then I need to give it a light sand before I put the next coat on again. I've used a varnish called Osmo, which is a mix of, well, it's not varnish, it's a mix of oil and varnish together. So I want at least another 1 coat on here. Now, if you ever do this, don't be too eager like me. And put the wood on, start to use the kitchen, even though you haven't protected the wood, and think it's be okay because you won't mark it. Because I thought I hadn't, and it looked okay, but the minute I put the varnish on, it brought out marks of where I put cups and different things. So that's had to be sanded over a little bit again to get those marks out. I've rounded the corners on the shelves to match the rounded corners here. I didn't personally do it, but I asked for it to be done. And one thing I don't think I mentioned before, these brackets I had made by the ironmonger here in the village, because I didn't want the bracket going down onto the tiles, and I wanted them right at tile height. So I got these made just so it sits right on top, so the exact size that I wanted. Just to show you a few bits and bobs. Well, okay, so I painted the wall blue. I like that. It makes a difference having a bit of colour in it. I don't know whether to do the chimney breast as well. Needs another coat and it needs tidying up. I just did that really quickly to see if I liked the colour. And I've got these little handles, one of them needs replacing on, but little handles that I've put on the wall surrounding my flamenco lady. So again, I couldn't wait. I had to put the handles and the flamenco lady back up before I put the second coat on, just to see how everything looks. Baskets for tea towels and tablecloths. The all-important egg tray, which they're available all around all around Spain. So they're great to do hard-boiled eggs and take to parties, scoop the middle of the egg out, refill it, mix with something. So yeah, get in there. This jug got broken by the builder, but I managed to glue it back together again. Another little antique Bambi vase that was my mum's that I've put some roses in. The same artist as the flamenco lady there. And then this I got in Chiclana de la Frontera as well at the Rastro market, the flea market. And look at the log burner. So that's come up great. But I do need to do something with the inside of it because the plaster is already started to break with the heat, even though I've only had it on a couple of times. But it's all right temporary for now. If you ever get to Mercadona, this wine's lovely. It's called Mar de Uvas Merlot. And this, yeah, a little bit of an old touch again. This is an old-fashioned mince meter. And look at the edge of the worktop here. So I've overlapped that a little bit. I've still got stuff stored down here. I've overlapped that slightly just so that I can put a stool in the corner there and sit with my glass of wine when I invite someone to come and cook for me. But I wanted some matching bottles for that. The sockets I got with USB socket in it as well to make that easier. Oh, and I do need to get a piece of wood, need to get this filled in. Okay, and I'm looking forward to making the curtains to go on here. I'm going to go for a kind of greyish, beigeish curtain. I might even put a little frill on the bottom of it to make it look a little bit flamenco-like. This was in my parents' house when I was a child, and this is the table that's extendable. It was a great buy that I got from Facebook Marketplace. Well, hope you enjoyed the video. I really wanted to show you my new front door, but I still haven't got it. God, everything's taken ages at the minute. People put the cars into the garages in this area and they're taking forever because it's olive season. So everybody that has a business of whatever type of business it is tends to come to a standstill with the main work to go out and make the most of picking the olives from their olive groves. So just have to be patient. Now let me show you what's on my roof. Out to the upstairs terrace, and here we have my flamenco dancing wind vane.